Anthony Hartwig here with a Columbiana girls basketball player profile. We are joined by Ellie Venezia, senior for this team, and man, this Columbiana basketball team right now on a tear. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about this year you're having.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So first, let's talk about like your senior year. This is your last run with the Clippers. What's it been like dealing with all like the emotions that senior year can bring and all the last that you're experiencing?
Yeah, it's definitely something, I wasn't really prepared for it because I just had a soccer season and that kind of went by, I didn't really think about it that much, but basketball is just like completely different. It is really like every time is your last, and it really hurts because like Avery Marshall and stuff, she tore ACL this year and she was a senior. Like she was my best friend on the team. So then that really like plays a part going into it, that like this like last year was the last time I played with her. Now this year I don't have her. So
Mhm.
it's just different. Yeah.
If we expand on that, no one likes to see injuries, of course,
Yeah.
but how much have you guys used Avery as kind of a rallying cry and say,
Oh,
she's at every game, she's there with you
yeah.
guys. How much have you tried to go out there and just like be on the court, win for her and what she's going through?
Yeah, we've really tried because she is, like you said, she's everywhere. Like I mean, I joke and say that she's our manager and stuff, but like she really is. Like she does everything at practice. She's with us. She like helps me because I've kind of moved more into a post this year, and I wouldn't say I know how to do it like fully like she did. So she really helps me, and we do try to win for her. And like Anna Clemmer, she's a sophomore. She stepped it up this year, kind of like trying to take Avery's position. So I know Anna really looks up to Avery and stuff like that too.
I want to talk about, just feeling out senior year because we talked to a lot of seniors and some of them handle it differently. Some of them, don't really feel like they're a senior until that senior night hits or that last game hits, and some of them feel it the whole year. What side of the fence are you on? Have you felt like you're a senior all season, or do you think it doesn't really sink in until that last basketball game?
I think it doesn't really sink in. I think sometimes I try to like force myself to make it sink in that like I am a senior, like I do have to be that leader. But sometimes it is definitely hard because it doesn't. But yeah, I've definitely tried to make it sink in, like if that makes sense. But it's
Like
hard.
you said, you've also had to morph into a little bit of a post player this year, which means you get a lot of the under the radar numbers that don't really get in the stat book, but are really important to the team's success. What's that transition been like for you?
Yeah, last year I played it a little bit too. We do positioning by like numbers, sometimes like one, two, three, four, and five. Five being like the main post. And so I've been kind of like a four or three. And it's definitely different because last year we had Avery, and
Right.
Avery was like our post. So Avery, me and her would go off each other. Where this year Anna stepped up, and Anna last year was a guard. She like only played guard, never played post before. So when she takes this role into being a post, it kind of moved me into being more of a post too because like she didn't know how to fully do it too. Um, I kind of lost my trace, but yeah, I it's definitely been different, but I think I've been getting used to it good. So yeah.
When we get the stat books for your games, it seems like there's always going to be a different player that's scoring a lot every night. There's such a balanced offense. What's that like to be in a team where it can be someone different every night? It could be Ava Heinrich, it could be Megan Moser, it could be Anna, it could be you. There's so many players that can support this team offensively and go and contribute. What's that like to be on a team like that?
I mean, it's great because I mean, you do never know like who's going to be the leading scorer, who's going to have like the best game. So I think it's so fun that like it's a equal opportunity for everybody because our team loves to pass the ball too. Like I don't think no one is selfish. So it's just a good all-around game. And so and also with teams like defending us, it's just really hard. Like because it is like our starting five, like you said, anybody could have like a great given night. So I think for other teams, it makes it hard.
Now we talked to Coach Crispin before the season started, and there was definitely a fire about splitting the league three ways last year, and they wanted
Yeah.
everyone wanted to just kind of, 'Finish that this year. What's it been like going through the EOAC this year, knowing that, last year you won it, but you had to share it, and you're trying to get it out right this year.
Yeah. So last year it was definitely like I'm so proud of our team that we were able to win it last year and tie it because they're two really good United and Southern. They were really good last year. Now this year our coach has made it like a point that like we want to try to be the best team. Where like last year because it was a tie, I wouldn't call us. I mean, I believe that we were the best team, but that's not what shows with the tie. Now this year we just want to show that we can live up to our potential and be the best team with all the hard work we put in. And so far we've been doing good in league play, but I know the other league teams work just as hard as we do. So we just want to continue outworking them and have it show with like the scores and the wins when we play the league teams.
We've been sitting here talking about the end of your Columbiana basketball journey, but let's talk about the beginning of it. What are some of your first memories with Columbiana basketball, watching it as a kid, wanting to be a Clipper when you grew up, things like that that really got you into this program and into wanting to play basketball?
Yeah, well, Columbiana has always had a good program. I mean, I can remember going to the games in middle school and watching like Kayla Musklowski play, and who are the other like Alexis Cross and so many other people. But I just really remember Kayla Musklowski because she was amazing. So I remember like looking up to her and just looking at they won was it I think 7 straight league championships in a row, and so I think it's really cool that we're now like part of that. And the little girl, like the middle school girls, like they look up to us. And when we do those Clipper camps and be with them, like I was once one of them, like in the Clipper camps, like trying to impress the older high school girls. So now it's just so weird to think that like we're that now, like we're the older high school girls.
We'll talk about you being a role model in a little bit, but first I want to talk about what players like the ones you mentioned, like Kayla, like uh, Cross, all those players that you looked up to. What kind of things did they do while you were younger that showed you what a role model is, and you kind of lean on those experiences now that you're the older player, trying to show the new middle schoolers, how to do it in the Columbiana way?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say I ever talked to Kayla Miskolowski. I was just like a fan of hers.
There you go.
I was just fan, but I mean, I just remember watching her, and it was like every shot she took, it went in. I remember how fast she was and all the breakaway layups she would get. Some of the good players I did get to, like Tori Long. She was a senior when I was a freshman. I did get to play with her, and she set good examples too. Like she was a really good team leader. I mean, she was also a great basketball player, but she did try to include all the freshmen with everything. Like I remember I was always so nervous being a freshman and playing as much as I did my freshman year, and Tori like helped with that, and so did the other scene like Camille Zetner. She was hurt most of the season, but she really tried to move past that, and she had good work ethic, and so did Tori. But yeah.
What's it feel like now that you're the role model? You're the person that these little girls are looking up to, and they want to be in your shoes one day. And it's kind of the roles are reversed from when you were a little kid.
Yeah, it's weird. I I sorry. I think about it sometimes and I just don't know like I hope I'm being a good example. I think I am. But I know like my little sister Layla, she's a freshman this year. So I get to play with her. And I mean I try to set good examples with her, but it's hard because she's my sister. But like with her other friends that play, I mean I try to show that like just to be a good team leader and to like include everybody like Tori did with me, and just to always have like a positive attitude at practice and like have a good work ethic, because I think when you see the older girls have a good work ethic, it makes you better. And yeah.
When we talk to seniors about the classroom, a lot of seniors have gotten to the point in their high school career in the classroom where they've taken all their hard classes through junior year. They've kind of set themselves up to take the foot off the gas a little bit their senior year. Are you in that spot? Do you think you've taken enough classes your junior year that you've been able to take your foot off the gas pedal as far as class work so far this senior year, or do you still have a lot of hard classes to take care of?
I still had last year, my junior year, I took a lot of I took two really. I took chemistry and physics, and then I take CC, these college credit plus classes through YSU. I definitely think last year was my hardest year, and all the other years I've also put in a lot of work. But this year, I wouldn't say it's as hard as last year, but I am still taking. I'm in calculus, and then I'm still taking a few college credit plus classes. So I wouldn't say it's like fully off because I definitely struggle sometimes in calc, but I do think it's easier than the other years because I have like a little bit of like fill-in classes,
Mhm.
you could say. Um, so I think I'm still trying to excel in school, but it's just not as much.
With those high level classes still on the schedule, how much has senioritis set in? Like we always talk about that it's getting closer, it's getting closer. How
Yeah.
much are you feeling it right now here in January?
Midterms are coming up and I'm definitely feeling it because it's it's like, oh, I've got accepted to so many colleges and it's just like, do I really want to study for this test? But like I know I have to and I know I will, but sometimes I just wait, more last minute. But yeah, it's definitely kicked in.
Nothing wrong with those intrusive thoughts every now and then
Yeah.
getting into you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about future. We don't want to see you graduate. Well, we want to see you graduate, but we don't want to stop covering you at Columbiana. But that's the reality. You got to move on to the next chapter. What's to come? What are some goals that you have after you graduate?
I want to so I know I want to go to college. I just don't know which one yet, and that's been really hard to say. I'm not good at making decisions. I'm very like indecisive. So I know I want to go into college and major pre med, so like health science, and but then go on like a pre med track. And I've got accepted. I just yesterday I got accepted to University of Pittsburgh, so that was like a big deal for me. And then also Ohio State. So I think I narrowed it down to those two schools. Plus, there's like Ohio University. My older sister goes there and loves it, and some other schools like that in Ohio. But yeah, it's going to be hard to make a decision
I mean,
of what I.
Ohio State and Pitt. Those are. I mean, congratulations on being
Thank
accepted
you.
to both. That's a lot of kids would love to have those two as a last decision. What do you have a specific part of medical in the medical field that you want to eventually end up at, or are you just trying to pre med right now and then you'll decide what you want to kind of specialize in later
Yeah,
on down the road?
like I've tried thinking about. I know I've thought about a physician assistant where it's you don't have to go that like medical school, even though that would be so cool, like doctor, it's really hard to get into, and two, it would be 4 years, and then there's how many years of residency. Where like if I were to be a physician assistant, it's you get your master's degree, and then you're out there, and you get to specialize in whatever you want. So I've definitely tried thinking about that, but I feel like I should be more focused on picking a college first. So I haven't fully thought about that yet.
One big decision at a time, right? One
Yeah.
big decision at a time. Put one foot in front of the other. What got you into medicine? What made you want to go down a path of the medical field in general?
Really, I don't know. I just have always had that idea, like that I wanted to go into medicine. I've never really thought elsewise. I know, like I feel like other people may say, like, oh, like you should be a loyal lawyer because you like reading, or you should all of this stuff. But like, or like business. My mom is a sales representative, so like sales, like my mom. But I've just like always kind of thought that I just want to do something with medicine, and it hasn't really changed from there. So even though I don't know what I'd want to specialize in, like I just I'm confident that I want to do that. So hopefully that doesn't change when I get to college. But if it does, it does.
On graduation day, you walk down the aisle, you get handed the diploma, you get to reflect on all the things that you've done at Columbiana, whether it be in athletics or in the schoolroom or in the classroom. What are going to be some things you're proud of that you were able to accomplish, that you were able to do while you were at Columbiana?
Um, I'm definitely going to think of sports. I'm proud that I got to spend 4 amazing years with basketball and reach all like the accomplishments we've had with having a winning record every year. Like that's really, and then I've also like being able to play as much as I have, and that. And then with soccer, I think I'm proud that I did play soccer, because for a while I didn't know if I wanted to do soccer or volleyball. But um, even though the volleyball team is really good, but soccer, we used to not be, my freshman year and sophomore year, I think we had 2 wins. Actually, I think we went like 2-15. It was bad. But this past year, we made it all the way to district finals. So I think that's a really big accomplishment, to be that bad but then go to district finals. And then I'll definitely think about classroom too. Like, I think right now I have a 3.8 something GPA. So I'll be proud of that, with being able to hold that with all the hard classes I take. And yeah, and then I'll think about all like the friends and everything, the social life I have, and I'm really grateful for that.
All right, Ellie, we end these player profiles the same way every single time. We want to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves a little bit and shine on the people in their life, their support system, their family, all the people that got them to where they are. So I want to give you the time to give out some shout outs and thank yous to the people in your life that you think deserve it.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely thank you to my parents, because they're there every game supporting me at home. They're the people that have pushed me to be my best self. And then my grandparents too. They're at Same with my parents. They're everywhere. Like, they've always wanted me, to be like the person I think I've grown into today, and still continue to push harder. And then my siblings, Layla, who I actually get to, like I said, she's a freshman, so I actually get to play with her, and that's just been so awesome, getting to play with her for basketball and soccer. And then my older sister Maya, and yeah, like, I mean, there's a bunch of other people. Like, my whole entire family supports me, and then also like my friends, of course, because I wouldn't be who I am today without them. But yeah.
Ellie, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and talking to us about your journey and your senior year. And we can't wait to talk to you real soon. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this season, and we hope that the Clippers definitely make this basketball season last as long as they possibly can.
Yes, thank you so much.